Oh, it's far. Okay. What is up, people?
Yo, where'd Marisa go?
Oh shit. I didn't even know she was gone.
Oh shit, she gone? That's all good. You know what? Fuck it.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is. Okay, I actually need it.
There you are. The cookies are back.
Boo?
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Oh, it's connecting to the audio. There we go.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Awesome.
What a ordeal.
It me hungry. Can we not have that background?
I am what I surround myself with. I'm a cookie.
Giant cookie.
But for real, I want some cookies.
Okay, so are y'all packed yet? Oh, what the fuck?
No.
Oh, there you are.
I am not packed in the slightest.
I have my suitcase open with a couple things in it, but
I have a suitcase that I just bought downstairs in my garage. I haven't brought it up yet.
Sounds
wow,
right.
y'all are packing. I can't believe I'm packing for both of y'all.
That's how it is, man.
I feel like you leave earlier than us, I think.
Yeah, when do you head out?
Wait, what time's your flight?
Well, I'm already on the West Coast, so.
Well, not you, Jazzy.
9:45.
Yeah, I leave at 9:25.
Yeah. When do you land?
I land at 12:55.
Let me check when I land. I forget when I land, honestly. Like 3, I think. I think I have a layover.
We can Oobs.
So just so you guys know, we're going to a Fit Body Fusion rapport training. It's kind of like, it's called Power Communications, but it's kind of like, I say it's team bonding because that's pretty much what I feel like it is, but it's basically just like the team coming together, and it's like a lot of different type of, it's basically learning how to communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. So
I think of it like a leadership camp. I used to go to those first. Like,
yeah, and it is a different type. So they have like different courses. So the one that I went to, which you guys know, that one's more for leadership. This is more for like communicating with your teammates and learning how to communicate with each other, basically, through different like exercises and stuff.
Yeah, it's just about to be intense.
Are y'all ready?
No!
We in class from 8 to 10 p.m., 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday.
We're not ready, but we have no choice.
We have no choice. It's going to be fun though, because we're all together.
So, I know, finally. It feels like it's been forever since I seen y'all. And it was like, what? Yeah, it's us 3 together. It was nationals, I think.
Nationals.
Was that the last time we were all together?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nationals. Because Ash and I saw each other for cuties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was fun though. We had a good time there.
Yeah, definitely.
So what have y'all done this week? What have y'all been doing?
Working. That's it.
Yeah.
Just like mentally preparing for the weekend. Like the thing is,
I know.
I'm like, when I go to Phoenix, I'm going home like right after, because I'm using the trip as a means to just get like a bunch of shit just knocked out. So yeah. I'm going to Phoenix Thursday, then I leave to San Diego Sunday, and then Thursday I'm going to Ohio. The next Thursday I'm going to Ohio for the Arnold. So it's like 3 different places in 9 days. So damn. I'm like,
that's the life we live.
Yeah.
Are you working for the Arnold?
No, I'm not. Nope. I'm just going to support. I've got just to support people's, and then also got my girl Devin, who's competing in the pro wellness. So I'm excited to see how she does. Yeah.
That's the one that was at Cuties, right?
Yes, Devin. Yeah.
I'm excited. The Arnold looks good. Like all divisions across the board are really good lineups.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch. Like, even to see the guys compete. It's gonna be crazy.
I'll be live streaming from my home.
Oh, me too. I will be.
Nice.
Wait, where will I be? I'll be home. I'll be in the Bay Area. No, I'll be like in the Bay.
Oh, like home.
Actually, no, I won't. That's the next weekend. I don't even know. I don't know where my schedule's at right now. Just going with the flow.
Yeah.
When I get a Southwest notification, that's when I know I'm flying somewhere. It's fine.
I know. It's like you're checked in. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Let me go pack.
It's like, oh, I have a flight tomorrow. All right, let's go.
Straight up, I'll wake up probably 4 hours before my flight, especially morning ones, and I'll pack then. Like sometimes I'll literally wait till the morning of.
I usually do that because that like gets my ass in gear. Like
exactly.
I'll be like lollygagging around and then I'll forget shit when I do that. If I have a fire lit under my ass, I'm like, all right. And then I'm like in the zone and I like pack everything I need to. Dom's like, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, I don't know. It works.
That's how I was with school. If I had an essay due the night before, I got it done like this. If
Straight
you
up.
do the rough draft before, you just half-ass it. It just doesn't work out.
Just work.
We're about
pressure. That's it.
Procrastination life.
English.
Procrastination life.
Your pirate face.
Arr! I had to throw that in at some point, you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's hop on.
How are you guys doing, like, with your preps, training? How's that going for y'all?
I'm excited because I finally get to pick a show this weekend when I see Jamie. So we've been kind of putting off picking a show just because
we gotta be there for this decision.
Yes, y'all get to be there for this decision. So I'm
excited.
It's like literally every time I try to ask Jamie, you know, like, oh, we should aim for this show, or oh, we should try and do this show. Like, she's always like, oh, I kind of just want to see how your body keeps responding before we make a decision and all that kind of stuff, which I totally agree with because I'm totally the type of person to like jump the gun whenever I kind of need to chill. So my body looks incredible right now. Like, I know I'm not like shredded by any means, but I don't have a show on the radar, so there's no reason for me to be. I would love to be able to do Clash, but if I could compete earlier, which she'll let me know if she thinks I'll be ready, then we're going to decide that this weekend. So I can't wait. So I'm kind of just been chilling. Like, it's like I'm like on my shit, but at the same time I get to have like fun foods and refeeds, which normally it's like I can't do that for like weeks at a time, and this time I'm doing it every week just because we don't have a show picked yet. So I'm excited.
I think it's just so different because you've never had a chill coasting period in prep, because you would be ready and then you would just do show.
Yeah.
So this is like such a different tactic for you guys.
Because I've still been building. That's the thing. Like, to be honest, like when she saw me and whenever I was at Cuties, she was like, holy crap, like you're really small. Maybe we do need to kind of pull back and continue to eat a little bit more, but still stay on plan. So that way, whenever we do have a show, you know, in front of us, we can just get ready really quick and get on stage. So we were kind of like in between getting ready and still building that kind of process back and forth. So it's like refeeds when needed, when my body kind of, you know, needs it, then we'll throw that in. But obviously, whenever you're prepping for a show and you have a set goal, you need to push. Like that's what you should do. So for me, I just didn't have that just quite yet. So now that we're about to have that, I'm so freaking ready.
I'm ready for you. I'm
so excited. Yeah.
I've been waiting.
I know. So that's just what I'm doing. What are y'all doing?
I'm just, you know, same thing. I'm actually gonna pretty much same thing with Jamie this weekend. Like we've been like, you know, saying tentatively May timeframe. However, we even just this past check-in, she even mentioned how we don't have like a set timeline or deadline, but that we're just really happy with where my physique is going. So I'm excited. Like shit, my
your
body
so fast.
Your body has
literally changing
tremendously.
My upper body is fucking ridiculous. I'm like, yo.
I'm like, hello. Who is she?
Yo.
New training time. Who is she? Not fast.
Yo.
Yes.
Catch me at the gym at 9.
I'm like, is she okay? She's training like not at 4 a.m.
I know. It's insane.
Wait, why did you change that?
It just, I think because of, you know, moving to the East Coast, the whole time change, like being 3 hours forward. So typically I would just go at like 5 o'clock, which is 8 a.m. here. So I just moved over here and was going to the gym, like waking up and going to the gym at 8, 9 o'clock. And I just adapted to it.
Yeah. I mean, I've done both. I've never trained super early like that, but I have trained in the morning, like around, like after breakfast. So I'll have breakfast and I'll go train. And then I've literally trained in the middle of the day. And which I like to do. I train between 1 and 2 pretty much every day. Whenever I'm on this side, but whenever I'm on the West Coast, I'm usually training either late at night or when Dom goes, but most of the time it's like, it's been on and off, but I've been doing nighttime too.
Yeah, I've gone nighttime a couple times too, just because of scheduling, and that's it. And I don't know, I guess I'm at a point in my prep that any time of the day fucking goes. Like, I'm good with it. I don't know how. I could never train at night before. I'll be like, you got me fucked up. Like, you won't catch me on.
Get into a groove, it's fine. I feel like I think it's more of like the thought, because like then the first couple times you do it, it sucks. But then afterwards, when it's the only time you can go, you start just like looking forward to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what have you been doing, Marisa?
Oh, just chilling.
Yeah. What's up with you?
Oh, just chilling.
I mean, you guys know, so I just competed in February, or it's still February, a few weeks ago. Feedback was more glutes. That's always my feedback, and you guys know that. I've talked to you guys so much about it. So right now we're doing the same thing. I'm gonna check in with her when we're there, and see. We'll just game plan. We're kind of playing it by ear. I'm ready to just keep going, but we just need to make sure we're strategic. It's going to be a long year. Like, Olympia is not till December. So it got to be strategic in both, you know, the shows that we're doing, as well as just longevity. And I want to make it, you know, the goal is Olympia. So we will see. Yes, but I'm training my glutes, just glutes, nothing else. No hamstrings, no quads.
Oh, you know what? So I was doing the kickbacks that you were doing, you know, on the Smith machine where you lay on the. So remember whenever I was with you and I couldn't do it? It's because I was way too close underneath the bar. So I moved way.
I feel like your execution for that is better. So, because like I feel like when you're too under the bar and your hip flexors are tight, you can't even do the movement.
Yeah.
Y'all would be so proud of me. I've been stretching and foam rolling every single day.
I saw it on YouTube. I'm like, who are these people? Are these my best friends or not? Like, what is happening?
Incredible. Like, I honestly, now I'm looking forward to it because of how good I've been feeling. And like, I was, so I foam rolled my lats this morning. Well, it was right before I did my session. Holy crap. Like, I didn't even realize how sore I was right there. Cause like, I don't feel it when I'm just like chilling. But as soon as I laid down and like put pressure on it, I seriously wanted to cry. My arm, Sammy is with me. My arm was literally shaking because it was like so tight that whenever I rolled over it and I like sat on it and just put pressure on it, my arm would like quiver. It was like freaking out.
That's insane.
I think we don't realize how much we need body work or like release and tension till we do it. Because we're so used to, like, this sounds bad. We're so used to being sore and in pain. So we're just kind of like,
It's true. So it's like, as soon as I started doing that, I was like, bruh, I have to do this every time before I start training, because it has made my lifts so much better. Like,
so let's foam roll before our training sessions this weekend. I need to.
We have to. I had one. I don't know where it went, but I'm gonna buy a mini like roller. To travel with, because I seriously need one. Like, whenever I go places, like, and I'm training somewhere, like, I have to have it at all times. Greg did get us, I think it was for Christmas, from that, you know, that little massage
gun.
Yeah, but
my mom took it from me, so I don't have it.
I left it was at Dom's house, so I don't have it with me.
We suck.
I know.
That was a good gift too.
Such a good gift. Okay, well, now that we're all caught up, we can answer some questions. We actually got a lot of questions from all you guys, so we really appreciate it. We love to be able to answer your guys' question and give you guys, you know, content. So, let me see. Hold on.
Hold up.
Okay, so this is actually a good one. Someone asked, what are your real and raw feelings towards competing?
I like that.
And I have mixed feelings, I'll be honest, because, you know, this, not only does this sport require a lot on your body, but there's so much that goes into it when you get to the pro level. And I'm not even talking about like looks. I'm talking about everything, just traveling to be able to create, you know, good rapport with, you know, people that are in the industry. You know, that's important to do. It's important to, you know, go to posing seminars and show your face and do all of those things. And that takes time. I mean, it's travel, it's money, it's exhausting, you know what I mean? But it's important to do those things when you get to the pro level, when you're trying to make a good name for yourself. It's important to get in front of those people and introduce yourself and, you know, talk to those type of people. And it's just one of those things where it's just a lot, you know, and as much as like, I want to do this for as long as my body allows me to, it's more than just the physical for me. You know, I have a career that I really love, and that takes away from that sometimes, you know, like when I'm traveling all the time, that's exhausting. It's different if I'm traveling for my clients or if I'm traveling to go to shows for my clients, that's a little bit different. But if I'm traveling to go to seminars and do all these things for myself to make a name for myself, you know, that's where it kind of gets in the way a little bit. So eventually I will have to choose. Eventually I will have to decide, you know, what's more important. And obviously my career to me has to come first. And I know that this is part of my career. Competing is part of what I do, obviously, but it's not the main part, you know, and I do look at my life as, you know, in the long term. And I know I'm going to be doing this for as long as like I have the will and the want to do it. I know that for sure. But, you know, people always want to know like the real, raw, true feelings about competing. And I just think that people only see the stage, and it's so much more than just getting ready for a show and getting on stage.
Yeah.
I wish that it wasn't like that. I wish you could just show up at shows and do well and never have to do any of the other stuff, because it is very time consuming and it is very exhausting. But at the same time, that's part of it and that comes with it. And I know that. And I love being able to meet all of you that go to posing seminars and meet judges and meet people that are important and all those things. I love being able to do that stuff. But like I said, it does take away from what I'm supposed to be doing with my actual career and my job. So it does get hard, and I do get torn a lot about it. I do think, you know, after this year, I do think about like, you know, what am I going to be doing in 5 years and all this other stuff. Like I'm not 25 years old, you know, I'm not 22, I'm not 23, like, you know, I'm 30. So it's like, I'm not super young. I know I still have, you know, a lot of time, as much as I want in the sport. I feel like that I can keep going until I feel like I don't want to anymore. I know that for sure, but it's just, I just think about it and I'm just like, I do get torn, and that's the real truth about the way that I feel about competing, because there is so much more that goes into it.
I mean, just like you said, we're very fortunate that all of our careers and our passion and bodybuilding sport are intertwined. That's the best part. And the networking and the connections that we made, like the best friends that we make, is the plus to it. But what people don't see is both the mental and physical battles that we go through outside of the stage, and both prep and off seasons are mental battles as well. And like, this is something I've talked about too, is something that changes, and we talked about this in one of the first podcasts, something that changes in your mindset is how you view yourself. That body dysmorphia is a real thing. No matter if you're in prep or off season. In preps, we feel like we're small, we don't get pumped, we don't look good, we're flat as a pancake. And then off season, we're gaining body fat, and then we feel like we don't look as good because we're not shredded. It is a mental battle. And like, another thing that I always think about, like, my family is very understanding of my passion for this sport, but not everybody around you is understanding, nor will they accommodate you. So when I go to family or friend outings, I know that, like, okay, I have to bring my scale, I have to bring my own food. It's routine by now. And most people do expect it from me, but it's like, when we all travel, we know we're going to bring our skillet, we're going to bring our prep chicken, we are going to make sure that the hotel has a fridge. Like, it's routine because we've done it for so long. But I also think about, 5-10 years from now, when I'm married and I have kids, I don't want to do meal 1 through 6. I want to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with my kids and stuff like that. Like, I know that this lifestyle is something that is going to break at one point. Like, I cannot prep my whole life. And and prep can be addicting, and competing can be addicting, no doubt. So it's like, being able to break away from that, because at this point, I feel like people outside of our circle identify us with competing. So at one point, when we're not competing, who are we? What are we? Are we coaches? Are we athletes? Like, what are we when we're done competing? And that's like something I battle with too, because we've made a name for ourselves in this sport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would just say that, when you get into competing, like, you see it as like, oh, at first it's a nice challenge. However, if you want to be highly competitive, it is just extremely time consuming, and it's time that you invest that you don't really see any monetary return in unless you do extra work. Like, you make a business out of this. So you're already doing a lot of work. You invest anywhere between 3 to 5 hours in your day towards your cardio, your training, your meal prepping, your stretching, your body work, whatever it is that you have to do to get yourself, prepared. It's a lot of time that's invested. Of course, the travel to shows, all of that stuff that you put in, you're putting in a lot more money up front before you see anything in return. So, for me, like, if you're somebody who doesn't understand that aspect of the sport, it can kind of like leave you feeling like a little bit defeated, because you're investing so much, especially if you're not somebody who's maybe seeing, your progression in it as quickly as others. However, I was fortunate enough to progress the way that I did and have the mindset to be like, I'm putting a lot of money in this. Like, how can I see something in return? What can I do to give back? But that obviously takes more time, more of your energy, and just things that you have to invest till you see it something in return. So it's not one of those things that, you compete, like it's an organized, like sport where like you are going to get paid for showing up. No, you're going to pay to show up.
Yeah.
And hope to level up to the next level.
Like you're competing. So like, what do you win? And you're like,
a plastic trophy.
A trophy?
Maybe a tiara. I know my grandma is like, oh, so you get paid when you compete because you're a pro now? I said, no. If you get first, second, or third, that covers like the makeup and the tan. Maybe.
And it's true. It is true. Like, there's a lot that goes into this that I think people just don't really, it's like they think about it, but they don't think like the long term. Like, it's different if you just do a couple shows, or like you do it to get your pro card, and then you get your pro card and you just want to kind of compete for fun. That's totally different. But I don't compete for fun. This is not like, yes, it is fun for me. Absolutely. This is what I love to do. But I'm not getting on stage. Like, I want to get on stage and I want to continue to level up. I want to continue to do better. I want to, like, I have goals for myself. So like, I want to make it to the top 5 at the Olympia. Like, that is something that is serious to me and something that I work very, very, very hard to hopefully achieve one day. And like you were talking about, Marisa, with just like the mental aspect of how you view yourself. It's like, I love muscle and I want to be bigger than how I can be on stage, period. Like I want a wellness ass, but I also want to be big up top.
You kind of have one.
Like I don't want, and it's like a bikini is proportion. So you can't be, I can't have a wellness ass even if my proportions up top were the same, I still can't have that because then I would be too big up top. Yeah. So it's like the body that I want, I can't wait to be able, like when I do eventually retire, I can't wait to be able to train for myself and not for the stage and not for the judges. Right now, I'm loving it. And this is what I want to do. And this is the point in my life where I'm fine with, doing exactly what the judges need out of me. And I respect exactly what they're looking for. And that's the criteria. And I'm putting myself in that criteria. And I totally understand that. And I'm okay with that for right now. But I do think about the day that I get to train for myself and the body that I want to have. And I'm just so excited for that. Seriously.
I know we talked about, it's like, we can't wait for the day that we retire so that we can just be Hulkinas.
I know.
And it's not that, like you were saying, it's like, we all choose to be in the bikini division. And I truly do love our division. And I love the physiques that we are building for our division at the time that we are athletes. But when we are done competing, like I love being vascular and showing that, because that's something that it's kind of like a freak thing.
I just want to be a freak. All right.
I just want to be a freak. I just want to be a monster.
They have a freak category.
Can we make that the freak federation of IFBB Pro? Wait.
The freaks of IFBB Pro right here.
Let's put it on. I feel like people would love that.
It's true though. It's true. These are all really good points. I like it. But it's like, of course we love what we do or we wouldn't do it, obviously. But there does come a time where I'm like, I can't wait to just freaking be jacked, like, and not jacked, like, it's not like I want to move to a different category and do, figure or anything like that. Like, that's not what I mean when I say that, because I still want to have that juicy, big, bubbly butt that you can't have when you're in figure. It's like, there's the categories don't fit what body I want.
I want to do different things from different categories. And
I just want a fat fucking ass and a snatched waist. Okay, fuck out of here.
Don't we all? By the way, people who are watching, Ashlyn's getting boobs. She's getting the boobs.
Yes, I can't wait.
Oh my god, this question.
Mark your calendars.
Did you see
we'll
this
be
question right
videotaping
here?
her all drugged out.
Did you see this question right here? I thought this was a good one. It goes, loss of libido during prep. Have y'all ever faked it till he made it? And she goes, I'll go first.
I did.
Like,
let's talk about this question.
It's very common. It's very, very common. You are so low in fat. Like, there's not that many women that can get shredded how you need to get lean with a lot of fat. Like, that's just not, most people don't do that. When you're that low on body fat in general, even if you are, eating decently high fats, if your body fat percentage is that freaking low, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna have, no sex drive.
It's even just not even body fat, it's being tired. Like, you're depleted.
It's normal to not have the sex drive. Your hormones are all out of whack. But at the same time, we are reserving our energy for our cardio and our training to talk to our clients and then go to sleep. Mm-hmm. But I personally, I've never had a problem with it. I've never had an issue, even like into my peak weeks. I've never had an issue, but it's more of the exhaustion and being tired and being in the mood.
That's me.
It's exhaustion.
I'm just tired. Like, I'm just tired. But at the same time, it's like, I still want to. It's not that I don't want to. I'm tired. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
True story. My very first prep with my high school sweetheart, no one told me about losing your sex drive. No one told me about hormones being all out of whack. So I really hope he's not watching this or whatever. But I just thought all of a sudden, I wasn't attracted to him because I just wasn't in the mood. I was tired. I just didn't want to have sex. And like, I didn't know this. And I was like 20 years old. And I was like, oh, guess we're going to break up now. Like, it's fine.
I don't like you no more.
And then obviously as I continued to prep and I learned more things, I learned you lose your sex drive, and your hormones are all over the place. And I touched base with him later and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, it wasn't you. It was me.
It was me, not you.
It was prep, not you. Blame my coach.
And see, this all ties in exactly to what we talked about on our previous podcast episodes, where we've talked about being in a relationship with somebody that truly understands what you're going through, which is why it's like, we talk about like, should bodybuilders date bodybuilders and all that stuff. It's like, not, is it necessary? Should you do it? It's not that necessarily that it's like absolutely necessary to date somebody that's in the industry, but
date that.
Will they understand? Probably a little bit more. I mean, I don't know.
But I think it's good that we're giving this insight because I didn't know. And I wish someone told me, but okay, this is a lesson learned that I can share with, other people.
Exactly.
And so it's like, it's okay if you're not dating someone in the industry, but now you kind of know what to expect, or you can explain to them, hey, this is what these other girls are going through. It's not just me. So it's like, he doesn't have to take it personal. Yeah.
Let's see. Is there another one that you guys like? I'm looking.
I'm on my phone, so y'all can just throw out the questions. I do have to hop off in 10 minutes though.
Okay, so we'll do a quick one.
How did you start with Fit Body Fusion?
I was literally just reading that.
And these questions were so good. This question poll thing was.
Yeah, so the ones that we don't get to today, we'll answer next time. But how did we start with Fit Body Fusion? This is actually a cool story. So wait, are they asking how did we start?
Yeah.
So I was actually in the gym. I just moved to Arizona. I didn't even know Fit Body Fusion existed. I had no clue about Fit Body Fusion. I didn't know anybody in the industry. Like, I was already a pro. But like I said before, I literally would just go to shows. My ex prepped me. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I would just kind of like do my own thing, because like back then, a lot of stuff was really cliquish. So now it's way different. Like, when you go to shows, everybody talks to each other. Everybody's really cool. Like, it's not as cliquish anymore. But when I was competing to get my pro card, it was very cliquish.
That was 17, right? 2017?
Yeah, 2016 and 17. Those years.
It was very cliquish.
So it was like, if you weren't on a team and you didn't know the people that were there, like, everybody just talked to the people that were on their team. And obviously I was by myself. So I would just go backstage. I would chill. I maybe talk to one or two people, but I didn't know anything about any teams. So when I moved to Arizona, I was just training at the gym that was by the house that we were living at. And Angela was there. She's the team manager for Fit Body Fusion. And she recognized me, and she recognized, and so she had, I guess, went up to my ex at the time, or my ex went up to him and like talked to him about me and stuff, and asked if, I had a coach and all that. And she was like, well, Jamie would, love to coach her for her pro debut. Like, we should get on a phone call. Well, I ended up getting reached out from Jamie, had reached out to me. And of course he told me, he came home and he was like, hey, there was a girl at the gym asking about you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, who's that? Like, who's Jamie? What's Fit Body Fusion? So I started doing some research on them. And then I was like, oh, but I was already going to be set up to talk to a couple other coaches. Like, I had interviews with them, but I didn't actually get on a phone call with any of them, because I ended up meeting Jamie. She had reached out to me right away, and she lived like 30 minutes from me. Nice. So I just went over there and I met her in person and just fell in love. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I just loved her from the start. I just loved everything she was about, just her personality and the way that she was with her, clients. And it was just fun. Like, I just liked the energy that she brought, and it matched my energy, and we just clicked so well. So ever since then, I've been with her.
Nice. I started, in the middle of last season. I just needed a change of, scenery, pace. Just my last coaching experience ended a little rough. So, I'm not going to go into details.
think all of IG knows.
We don't need to go into detail. We know.
Yes. If you know, you know. Okay. But no, like I've met Jamie, gosh, I think maybe sometime in was it 2008? No, 2007, 2018 or 2019 Pittsburgh. I seen her around, and I stopped and talked to her and Jesse Palmer. My mom was there. And I just, same, like just fell in love with her soul, like from the get-go. And like, there was like a point like in my previous coaching experience that I even had said like, hey, I think I might want to change coaches just because I needed that the guidance, actually from a coach. And it was like, oh, Jamie would be perfect. Like I always had that on my radar. So seeing her at Cuties Conquering the Stage, like the last couple of years too, being able to connect at the shows, like hung out with you guys last year during Cuties as well. And it was just a freaking blast, like being able to connect with her. And then I also just at that point was like, I wanted to work with a female and just have that type of connection of somebody that truly understands what I was going through.
That was me too.
And the fact that, Jamie herself is a 2-time Olympian. So she's been where I want to be. And so just having that hold the levels to it just made it an easy decision to work with her.
Yeah.
For me, really, it's like, 20 is my 20, so I just have to follow suit. But no, Jamie has, and I've told this to many people when they asked me when I made the change, Jamie has seen me in every high and low of my career. She's been to almost any and every show I've competed in and has always been so supportive. And, I was never under her. I knew who she was and she knew who I was. I was friends with so many Fit Body Fusion girls. Like Jesse Palmer was the first IFBB pro I followed and talked to and kind of like picked her brain about. She was so supportive of me when I went pro. And then I just connected with all the other girls in Fit Body, also of course with U20. And it just felt like family, even though I wasn't part of the team. And there was no, like, she never, talked to me about coaching. She just supported me. She clapped for me. All the girls on Fit Body, like, would cheer for me when I was on stage. I wasn't even on their team. So when it came down to, switching coaches, I really looked at long-term. I want a coach to client relationship that I also provide for my girls. Like I want that open communication. I want to be close with my coach and not everybody clicks right away, but with Jamie, it was instant. Just like you guys, she is the epitome of a mama bear. And I know that makes me a better competitor. Like when I have that connection with a coach, that makes me a better athlete. And obviously, like I've had mainly men coaches, so I'm used to a male coach, and I didn't know if it was going to be different or not with having a female coach, but it makes 100% a world of a difference. She just understands the ins and outs and mindset of things, and it helps when you're going through things. So I'm Fit Body for life now.
For life.
I
love it. Well, it was so good to see y'all's beautiful faces, and thank you guys for joining. I know 20 has to hop off, and we will be making sure to get back to all the other questions and going over them. And then obviously, if you guys have more, make sure to send them to the page. We'll be posting another box next time too. So every time we do an episode, we're always going to post a box. So you guys can always put in there what you guys want to hear, want to discuss. So yeah, we appreciate you guys hopping on. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, all of the things, and we will see you guys next time.
BBSTS, we out.
We out.
Oh,